Hello and welcome back to the Lady Sows. Today I'm going to make a start on sowing early potatoes. These are first early potatoes. I grew them last year for the first time and grew them in pots and kept them in my little greenhouse. I'm not growing many, I'm only growing 3 tubs. Anyway, I'll let you see what I'm doing. Let me turn you around. So there's my pot. It's a 30-litre pot. The first thing I'm going to do is put in some manure. Let me just get that out of this bag over here, which is off camera. I'm just putting a little bit of manure in the bottom. So the variety I'm growing is called Swift. They're a first early potato, and they are a determinate potato, which means that the potatoes all grow on one level. Now, I've done quite a lot of research on potatoes in tubs, and what the best size tub and all the rest of it. And the most interesting video was someone who, in the UK, who planted his early potatoes at the beginning of February. I don't know whereabouts in the UK it was. And he did it using 30-litre tubs, and he experimented with 4 potatoes, 2 potatoes and 1 potato, and then weighed the yield. And the thing that was really interesting was that if he was to sort of take the 1 potato per tub, as if you were, it would double the yield of putting 4 potatoes in 1 tub. Okay, it means that you've got 4 tubs instead of just the 1, and 4 lots of compost and all of that sort of thing, and you've got to have the space, which I don't. So these are going to be going in my little greenhouse. As much as I would like to only put 1 potato in, I'm actually going to put 3 potatoes in here. I think I'm going to probably rub off a couple of these sprouts on this bigger one, because it's got far too many. So I'm going to take some of these off. I'll just stick those in there and leave those 3 little. But these have been chitting. I'm quite fortunate that not that far from me is a garden centre that sells the potatoes loose. So I bought 3 varieties and 3 potatoes of each. So I was able to do that because I don't have, I don't have use for a whole 2.5 kilos of potatoes, or whatever they size these bags come in. I don't want that many potatoes. We don't eat a huge number of potatoes in this household. So what my plan is actually to put 1 potato. I'm not going to put all 3 potatoes on the same level. I'm going to put 1 potato. I'm going to put some this is multi-purpose, which I've mixed with some bloodfish and bone, and I'm going to roll this down a bit so I can see what I'm doing. I'm not sure I've mixed enough yet, but so I'm going to put about 1/3 in here, I think, and then plant 1 potato, but more than that. Because they all grow on one level, they don't need earthing up, because, as I say, there are first early potatoes. First earlies and second earlies are predominantly determinate potatoes, so they all grow on one level, and main crops are predominantly indeterminate, and they're the ones that you would earth up. So I'm going to put 1 potato by this handle here and put some more compost in. See what I'm doing. I'm going to put the next one over here like that, I think. And I'll put the third one, perhaps I'll put just a little bit more in there. I need to, so that was there, and I'm going to put this one over here like that. I just need to get some more compost and fill the pot up. And then I'm going to put it in the greenhouse, the little greenhouse, which I've shown you. I know I can get 3 tubs in there and water them. And that, well, I'll put them in the greenhouse before I water them because it'll be too heavy for me to lift otherwise. So I'm going to make up some more compost, fill the pot up, and then I'll put it in the greenhouse. Now, as I've said, I've got three lots. I've got 3 lots of these potatoes, different varieties, and I'm going to sow them a week apart or plant them a week apart. That just gives me a bit of a succession. I know that this variety, Swift, they take about 10 weeks before they're ready. So what we are, the end of February, end of March, end of April. So middle of May, around about the middle of May, these will be ready to harvest with any luck. I know last year they did really well in the greenhouse, and once the last frost had passed, which is actually probably around the middle of May for here, I actually took them out of the greenhouse because I needed it for something else. Right. So that's the first tub of potatoes sown. I am sowing second earlies, and I'm going to be putting 2 potatoes in those, but that will be in a probably March time, middle of March. And then I'm going to do main crop potatoes in tubs. I never normally sow main crop potatoes at all. As I say, we don't eat huge numbers of potatoes in this house, but I love those early salad type potatoes that I just think they're wonderful, and there's nothing quite like a sort of new potato. But I'm doing all of those down at the allotment because I've got a lot more space, and I've been busy gathering tubs over the winter. So anyway, thanks very much for watching, and I hope I catch you another time. Bye for now. Bye.